Hi, in the last week I've received 3 questions on the exact same topic, so I decided to do a Q&A on it. And the question is, in IFR I see you guys doing a lot of work with the major scale, the 7 harmonic environments of the major scale, the 7 chords, and I hear you saying that all modern music ultimately comes from the major scale, but what about other scales, like the harmonic minor scale or the melodic minor scale, which is very important in jazz music? Am I going to learn these scales? Am I going to be able to access these sounds through Improvise for real? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely, we study these sounds and Improvise for real. All of these scales are just different collections of notes, and all of the notes are right there on your tonal map. So all of Western music is just made from the 12 chromatic notes that we have in any octave. And from those notes, we can make all kinds of beautiful sounds and effects and chords and chord progressions. And that's where these other concepts come from, the harmonic minor scale, the melodic minor scale. These are like secondary concepts. They're derived from what we're already studying in Improvise for real. And that's what I want to demonstrate to you in this video. So let me give you an example. Let's say we're here in this key and I'm just in the 1 chord. And if you've made it to IFR exercise 4, mixed harmony, then the very first thing you learn in mixed harmony is a concept called the 3 dominant chord. What we're doing is we're taking the 3 chord, which is normally a minor chord, and we change the chord shape. We make it a dominant chord because we want to prepare the 6 minor chord. And you'll understand that when you get to it. We don't have to go through all of the explanation now. But the point is that to turn that 3 chord into a dominant chord is super simple. It's literally just note 5 on your tonal map, which would be a note of the 3 chord, but if I want to make the 3 dominant chord, I need to make that a sharp 5. You can hear how that leads the ear to this 6 chord. Okay, very simple harmonic concept. It's the whole subject of exercise 4, mixed harmony, and that's where a lot of these beautiful and sophisticated sounds of contemporary like pop and jazz music come from. But if you look at what happened in that moment when I was playing that 3 dominant chord, let's look at the resulting scale. If we want to call it a scale, or what we could call the 3D or the 3 dominant harmonic environment, what are the notes I've got? Well, I've got this sharp 5, I've got this 6, coming down, sharp 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 5, and 6. Well, that is the harmonic minor scale. That's not only the definition of the harmonic minor scale, but it's the origin of the harmonic minor scale. That's where it comes from. It comes from turning the 3 chord into a dominant chord. It comes from wanting to tonicize the 6 chord, preparing the 6 chord as if it were a 1 chord, as if we were going there, putting a dominant chord before it that makes the ear expect that chord. This is why you'll hear, not only in my playing, but in any IFR students playing, you'll hear us accessing these sounds all the time. You'll hear many sounds that you recognize. Ooh, that's the harmonic minor scale there. Ooh, that's the melodic minor scale there. And so the net result is that yes, through IFR you will absolutely learn about all the sounds of the harmonic minor scale. You'll be using the sounds of the melodic minor scale. You'll be doing all these things even unconsciously because you're just choosing those notes melodically. Again, in IFR, we don't give you scales. We don't tell you what scales to play. We don't give you, recipes and formulas for your improvising. What we do is we study the sounds of our musical system. And the sounds are so simple. The conceptual origin of all of this stuff is so simple. It's just the major scale. It's just 7 notes. And the 7 chords that we can make with those 7 notes. And then when we're ready, we start making very simple little adjustments here and there, a tiny little alteration that produces a whole different effect that's very beautiful and very powerful. And from that, you can derive all these other secondary sounds, but you can do so for a creative purpose. You can do so because those are the sounds that you want to use in that moment because of their harmonic function, because of the way they make us feel. And you don't even have to notice that, oh, I just happen to play 7 notes in a row. That happens to be called the melodic minor scale. That's secondary. So, that's my view. That's how we've been studying music for a long time. But like I say, if you listen to me improvising or any of our students, you'll hear melodic minor sounds all the time. And you'll hear harmonic minor sounds all the time. But the conceptual idea behind it is not to just sort of paint a scale over that moment. It's working with each individual note for what that note does, for how it feels, for how it sounds. And this is really our focus. If we happen to be playing a scale that appears in a book, it's merely coincidence. What we're interested in IFR is expressing the sounds we imagine, and that means being able to play any sound of our musical system in any moment. So that's my answer about how in IFR we do come across these concepts like harmonic minor and melodic minor.